During our recent visit to Magene's headquarters in Qingdao, myself and Shane Miller were impressed by the sheer scale of the operation. A massive production center and impressive R&D labs, but we also had many questions. So, we sat down with co-founder and CTO of Magene, Frank, for a chat about a whole range of topics, including where the name Magene comes from and how Magene can get around the stigma that all Chinese brands are just doing copycat design. We also talked about a few unreleased products that we'd seen while walking around the labs. Okay, so we've been going around Magene, we've been seeing all the stuff they're doing here, but to get a better understanding of what's going on, I think we have to sit down and have a chat, ask some questions. I've got my notes based on what we've been seeing, but to learn more about the company and what's going on in the history of the company, I think it's best to have a sit down with the man himself. This is Frank, the co-founder and CTO of Magene. And so yeah, we're having a bit of a chat. So first of all, thank you for having us here. Very impressive facility. And yeah, thanks for inviting us both over.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
So yeah, my history with Magene is quite a long history. One of the first videos on my channel that took off was the original GravApp video. I checked, I uploaded that in like 2017, so that's a long time ago now. I think the first time I went to your offices down the road from here, there was like 9 people in the office, but walking around today, there are like now 700 people. So yeah, tell me, how do we go from there to here?
Yeah. It's a long story, but I'll try to make it short. The word Magene is actually a word that I came up with. It's a combination of magnetic and gene. It means that the company is a high-tech company with a magnetic gene. I'll explain later what is a magnetic gene. The company consists of 9 people at the very beginning. There are experienced cyclists and senior engineers. For example, our Vice President Sam, he has traveled to the Sichuan-Tibet roads twice on bike, covering 7,500 kilometers. And as for me, I was an engineer, and I cycled many years before co-founding Magene. And our CEO Peter, he stepped into the cycling business since 2009, developing and selling the bike components to cyclists. Actually, Magene is our second startup for me and Peter worked on together. The first one is cycling software, cycling social software. But it didn't go well. And when we were rethinking where we should go, we found the indoor cycling business. Back then, whether it's a roller trainer or wheel-on trainer or direct drive trainer, there is one big issue: the noise. It's a huge pain for customers, especially in China. And I think another pain point is the high price. So we decided to develop an affordable, quiet, smart direct drive trainer, and also a virtual cycling software to connect with the trainer.
So the GravApp was the first product that you worked on?
Yes.
Right. I guess that's where I come in as well. One of my first reviews was the GravApp 1, I believe. And you're right, one of the features of that, it was a quiet indoor smart train direct drive, 2017. So founded by cyclists, who have a passion for cyclists, for cycling, and you're an engineer by trade. Your educational background is an engineer. So a perfect combination to combine the two. And go from there.
So the trainer eventually became GravApp and OneLab. That's our first 2 products, the hardware products and the software products. Let me explain why it's genetic gene. The GravApp trainer uses electromagnetic resistance. And our first speed and cadence sensor applied a geomagnetic sensor. So both products related to magnetism, which inspired me to name the company Magene, short for magnetic gene.
Like 2017, that kind of time, like indoor training was getting very popular. Zwift was coming. Me personally, at that age, my son was like 3 years old. So like he was going to bed early, and then I'd be training. And like you say, the biggest problem with trainers back then, I had a wheel on trainer which was vroom, 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 vroom.
Yeah, yeah.
And the first time saw a Magene product, I went to check one out, and there was a Magene trainer, and there was another Western trainer from another brand, and the Magene was quieter than the Western brand one. And very impressive stuff. And that was a long time ago.
Thank you for the video you posted on YouTube.
Lots of fate. We'll call it fate.
I guess just in the follow-up from that now, you've come a long way with the T600 is now the top of the range.
Yeah.
That uses a different magnetic motor system as well. Can you tell us about the development of that? Changing from a magnetic resistance to almost a magnetic drive system.
Magene always keep motivated on innovation. In the markets, there are two types of trainers: the electromagnetic trainer and also the motor resistance trainer. And the Garmin use the motor resistance trainer. We think it's a very good design, very environmental friendly. So in 2018, we started to invest in the motor resistance trainer. But we have so many different product lines. We don't launch the product, but the technology has been in the company for many years.
Right.
Until recent years, we launched the new motor resistance products, which is the T600. Yeah, it's a very good product and very big welcome in China.
I think especially people overseas don't get an idea of how big Magene is. Like physically, this building, like I'll put in some B-roll, and just walking around the production line like that we've been doing, the amount of stuff that's being made.
All right, I like bike tech. What's on the roof though?
Oh yeah, the roofs are cool. I think
Put the B-roll of the roof in.
Put the B-roll of the roof.
The solar panels and the energy, and it's was it carbon neutral? I think.
Yeah.
There's enough solar to run the whole business on the roof.
Yeah, there's a solar generation system on the rooftop.
Another thing that I think people in the West don't appreciate is that maybe lots of people, when they think of Chinese brands, they just think of like copy-paste design, right? So because Western brands made the first direct drive trainers, if a Chinese brand makes a direct drive trainer, you're just copying. But in fact, I think Magene, sometimes surpasses the Western brands. Like in my original Gravatt video, like it was quieter than the Western brand. And walking around today, we've seen lots of R&D labs and stuff. Do you think R&D is a big part of your guys' like identity and mission, or like what's the story with that?
We all know that there are two types of innovation: disruptive innovation and sustaining innovation. Disruptive innovation is rare and very likely to fail. So as a grassroots startup, Magene can not stand the high risks of disruptive innovation. So in the first years, in the first few years, we focus on sustaining innovation. What's more, we want to serve more users. We noticed that the high prices of foreign brands is really a big issue for Chinese users. So we, how do we lower the price of mid-range and high-end products is a big challenge for Magene. And our policy is to innovate on product design and processes. To achieve innovation on product design and processes, we have made significant investment in research and development. Let me share some numbers with you. Our R&D team accounts for 60% of our non-manufacturing employees. And every year we spend nearly 50% of our revenue in R&D. We have full stack ability in hardware, software, algorithm, and also cloud platform. In terms of intellectual property, we hold approximately 250 public patents. Wow. And 230 trademarks and 60 software copyrights. Yeah. At Magene, the innovation happens in every corner. Some innovations are not known from outside the world, but the value is really in our products. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when I hear the words full stackability, that's more your neck of the woods than my neck of the woods. But when I hear 50% of revenue being invested in R&D, like I can commute those numbers, and yeah, that's impressive. I think like one advantage that I think you guys have especially is so the Western brands, when they're doing R&D, they're so far away from the manufacturing facilities. But for you here, so we're on the third floor here, and like on the second floor and the first floor, they're making the things that you're designing on the third floor. Whereas the Western brands, you're designing it on this continent, and it's been made in that continent, and there's very little communication between, okay, what you can design in SolidWorks and what you can actually make feasibly.
Speed of change
is
a lot slower in that respect. Yeah.
Whereas here, the R&D guy gets in the lift, goes down and talks to the guy who's machining it and goes, can you do this? Yes, okay, done. So I think that's a big advantage that Chinese brands have that when they have the production facilities. And yeah, it seems to be something you guys are taking advantage of as well. Yeah, so your testing, like you just said, like I saw you even have a test rig to test like sellotape, so that making sure the tape on the box doesn't come undone when it's in shipping and stuff.
Pedal robot.
Yeah, the pedal robot, to testing the pedaling of the rise and stuff. So yeah, everything's getting tested, everything's getting done. And I guess, as you said in the beginning, one of the goals of the company was to like make things more affordable. And so manufacturing is a big part of that, obviously, because if you guys can lower your costs, you can lower prices. So I see like, what has have your own factory let you do on the manufacturing side to be like innovative?
Our innovation happens in every corner, like I said. For manufacturing innovation, for instance, to improve efficiency and protect our workers' eyes, we spent nearly a year and hundreds of experiments. Finally, we invented the first automatic wire bonding process for power meter string gauge in the whole industry. This kind of process happens in our every product line. Currently, we have 115 process equipments, and 30% of them are developed by ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, and also to guarantee our products' quality, we have lots of test innovation. We have built 7 dedicated R&D labs and 1 type test lab. These labs cover over 1,500 square meters. We have over 70 testing equipments supporting more than 600 tests. In our R&D labs, 80% of our test equipments are developed on our own. Yeah. And we are also applying the CNAS certification for our type test lab.
Okay.
It means that we will be able to issue globally recognized and authoritative test reports.
So the management team also located in this building, so you have management plus workers plus everyone. So I guess communication within the company is very easy in that respect. We see a lot of companies now, everybody's working from home. So is everybody working from the office? Everyone's close by?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's very easy to communicate. You know, if you are developing hardware, you better stay together.
The manufacturing and the designing is one side of the puzzle, and then the other side is like getting the products to consumers and in consumers' hands, right? And the first part of that is letting consumers like know you exist. So I obviously live in China, and amongst cyclists in China, I guess like 99% of cyclists know the name Magene, whereas in the West, I imagine it's like 5 or 10%. So from like more the sales and the marketing side of things, what do you think the challenge is of doing business overseas, and what advantages and disadvantages do you reckon you have as being like the underdog in the industry?
Yeah, As you mentioned, we took our first step into the international market. Haven't been widely recognized yet, but I think that's actually part of our plan. Chinese market is very different from Western market, like those in Europe and North America. In the first 5 to 6 years, we focused on mainland China market because we have a very good partner overseas. There are strong brands. By the way, thank you for the video you posted.
You're welcome.
I think this win-win cooperation can benefit more users. Under this China-focused strategy, we have had great success. Yeah, we led the indoor cycling culture and power training trend in China. Whether it's trainer or power meter or a bike computer, Magene is in the top tier of Chinese market. Yeah. However, in recent years, as our product line has expanded, we have broadened our sales channel and regions to overseas market. Yeah. During these years of entering the international market, we have seen a significant increase in the recognition of Magene products. Now on social media, we have hundreds of thousands of cycling enthusiasts who follow and love Magene. Yeah. These cyclists discuss and share their ideas on Magene products, which makes us more motivated to keep moving forward. Yeah. In the Western markets, our advantage compared to these top brands is we have the ability to integrate China supply chain strength. Yeah. We can provide users a surprising experience in addition to the product itself at very competitive prices. It's always good for users to have a new option, right? Yeah. Unlike those old school brands, yeah, Magene's product iterate more quickly. Yeah. We can change our product strategy very fast in response to the new challenges or our customers' needs. Yeah. However, we do face some challenge as a Chinese company. Some Western people hold stereotypes. Mm-hmm. Some think Chinese company just copy paste Western products without innovation. Some think Magene's products are cheap and low quality. It takes a long time to overcome this. Mm-hmm. But luckily there are more and more medias like China Cycling and GP Llama helping the world know about us. I think there will be more opportunities in the future that Chinese company can show their strength.
I'm curious. So I imagine for you, like every product is like one of your children. So you can't ask someone which is your favorite child, but I'm going to ask you, which is your favorite child? Which is your favorite product? Which product are you most proud of?
Yeah, you give me a
hard
question. Yeah. Apparently, I like the trainer most because it's our first child, mm-hmm. And I think it's the only product that I am the chief engineer.
Okay.
Yeah, and after that, all the other products we have different teams. So the trainer is my favorite, but for Magene, trainer is just one piece of our business. Mm-hmm. I think in the future it's not even the most important one. So we have the dream of developing a smart ecosystem. This is a very big dream, and it needs so many different kinds of products. And I think every product is important. And the more important one is we need to integrate them together to be a really smart ecosystem. and it works like a smart home. And I think it's a dream for every cyclist. I think before you came here, you had some imagination about Magene, but when you come here and you see a lot of our face and our colleagues, what do you think is different from what's your imagination?
I guess the facilities. This is a new building, I guess. So that's everything. I was speaking to Joe as we were walking around. I've done a lot of factory tours, and every factory tour you go through, your shoes become dusty and dirty. This is super clean. Like everything is done well. Like the air systems, the filtration, it's done at a very, very high level. So my question before coming over, I wanted to know, how did you get from the power meters in the past to the P505 base? What did it take to get there? And I can see now what it took, the machinery, the R&D, even we saw UV light testing of the spiders before the power meter was actually built. So right down to that level of detail. So now I've got a better understanding of what it takes to get there and compete with, I mean, that unit literally competes with SRM. And SRM have been around for 35 years, I think, or 30, a long time anyway. So that was, it's been really, really good to see behind the scenes. And a lot we can't show, obviously, but it's good to get a better understanding of where the products really come from. And also understand from the very first Smart Trainer, which came from 7 engineers or 7 people at the company, to where you are now, and how many of them that you're shipping as well. So over the last few years, we've seen Magene expand out even further than a lot of your competitors. So it started off with Smart Trainers, power meters, head units. I've seen some power pedals as well, which I'm really keen to have a look at myself. And now into group sets. Is the idea to go to a full bike soon? Because we were looking at a bike in one of the R&D labs today, and there wasn't many components that weren't Magene. Is that on the roadmap potentially? Is that something you're looking at?
Okay, let's describe the whole picture. Yeah, we started with bike trainers, and now we have built a comprehensive smart cycling ecosystem for both indoor cycling and outdoor cycling. Our indoor cycling centers around our trainer, along with our virtual cycling software, OneLab. We provide indoor cyclists with a realistic riding experience. And not only for cyclists, it's an open platform for the whole industry, including coaches and events organizers and commercial brands. Our outdoor ecosystem consists of bike computer, and sensors, bike power meters, and the lights, along with our OneLab Fit. We provide cyclists with a professional and enjoyable riding experience. And the hardware cannot work without software. Like we mentioned earlier, OneLab is the top platform in Chinese market. It's professional training and data management and social software. Until now, we have over 1 million registered users. And the users have traveled distance approximately equivalent to 1,000 trips to the round trip to the moon.
Okay.
You may have heard that we plan to launch some new product lines, like the electronic shifter and also our new pedal power meter. We also want to develop some high-end spider power meter and trainers, and also even smarter bike computer, and also lights and other interesting stuff. But bike itself is not our strategy. We are dedicated to building a smart cycling ecosystem. The smart cycling ecosystem is our core competence, not the bike. If you give us a frame, I promise we will assemble a set of intelligence, professional devices according to your needs. But no matter what products we create, we stay true to our mission on the wall. The mission is on the wall. to provide to enable cyclists to have a safe, easy to use, and enjoyable biking experience. And we will do everything to be a brand that truly understands cyclists and build a trustworthy and friend-like relationship with our users. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the big picture.
I'm curious, like, what bike are you riding these days?
I'm riding a Pada's bike.
A Pada's, okay, they're pretty big in China. Yeah, that makes sense.
Pada's is a Chinese brand. It's very famous these years. Yeah.
Cool. But earlier, like, you were asking about what our impressions were before we came and stuff, and I think two things for me stood out. Number one is just the scale. Mm-hmm. So before I came, I knew it was going to be a big factory, but I didn't realize how big is big. This place is massive. Like, that's what's been blowing me away. The second thing is just the attention to detail. Like, I think, for example, I said it earlier, but like, there's a machine to test how sticky the tape is. Like, there's a machine to test everything. There's just attention to detail is really high. And including attention to detail of they prepared these for us. So we have a panda and a llama.
We have mascots.
We've been replaced.
This is coming home.
Yeah, it's going to fit in the suitcase. So yeah, I just think one thing about Magene, like, the attention to detail and all this stuff is other level. And yeah, just thanks for inviting us. Thanks for sharing with us. And yeah, looking forward to getting the pedals and the Electronic Groupset. They started fighting. Australian and Chinese relationships need to be controlled. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my hands on those. And Panda Podium, the website, like, we're happy. We love selling your stuff, like the XR wheels and the 505 base are like two of our best-selling items. So yeah, love working together with you guys. And yeah, just thanks for having us.
Okay, thank you. I hope you enjoy the visit here.
Yeah.
And let me know if you need some help.
Cool.
No worries. Thank you.
I think we've got a bit more stuff to look around, so let's keep looking around.
If you've not seen the full factory tour video, make sure you go check that out. I want to say thank you again to Frank for his time for this interview, and thanks to the whole Magene team for showing us around their super cool factory. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. See you next time. China Cycling out.